What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool video where I will show you the brand new 3D images of how Anfield will look like when the next expansion of the stadium, the redevelopment of the Anfield Road stand will look like. So stay tuned because I will have some very exciting and interesting Liverpool news for you guys in this video. And also, when Liverpool complete the redevelopment of the Anfield Road stand, Anfield will be one of the biggest stadiums in the Premier League, holding 61,000 fans. The changes will add 7,000 additional seats made up of around 5,200 general admission seats and also 1,800 seats with sports bar lounge and hospitality facilities, and those bring in the big bucks. Those are like VIP seats and they cost sometimes thousands of pounds to get. This proposed capacity increase is the maximum achievable whilst complying with stadium design, safety and comfort standards. But FSG have already announced that they plan to expand all sides of the stadium, and the final form on the Anfield could be 75,000 seater stadium. I think Liverpool could fill that easily. Even 100,000 seater stadium Liverpool could fill, but I don't think that's viable because of the infrastructure surrounding Anfield. I've been there already in 2012 when the stadium only held 45,000 people, and it's a very small area with a lot of streets surrounding Anfield. The design also includes back of house facilities, including improved concourses, hospitality lounge, and relocation of the family park to a covered position. The concourse facilities will be in a similar style as to the current facilities in the Anfield main stand. And Anfield has such a rich history. I'm so happy that the owners decided not to demolish the stadium, but to expand and redevelop it, just like they did at the Boston Red Sox Fenway Park. And also, Liverpool have a very, very clear and important mission to retain the fan atmosphere, the atmosphere that Anfield generates, which is world famous. And Liverpool are saying this: retaining the special atmosphere at Anfield is one of the key design drivers and was instrumental in the current owners deciding to expand the existing stadium. As part of the design, the lower tier is to be retained and refurbished with a new upper tier built above it. The plans retain Anfield Stadium as 4 individual stands to reflect the historical evolution of the stadium. And Liverpool are also continuing to develop an acoustic and lighting strategy which meets with our ambitions for a world-class stadium. And one of the FSG chiefs, Sam Kennedy, hinted at Anfield being further developed after this £80 million Anfield Road stadium development will finish. So the Anfield Road stand is right now in the final stages of being completed, and he said, "We found an incredible facility, Anfield, a venue that means so much more than just football to the community. It is literally a place where generations have shared memories and made connections and bonds unlike anywhere else in sport." If you think about what Anfield means in Liverpool. That said, when we arrived, Anfield needed significant investment. There was no premium offering to speak of, not a lot of focus on food and beverage and game day experience, to say the least. There had been a talk of maybe a dual build with Everton and maybe building one venue for both clubs. I can assure you that was a bad idea. And I don't think that would work in Liverpool because of the bigger rivalry between Liverpool and Everton. It would have been a bad idea for us to come out in support of it for reasons that may seem obvious now to people who understand global football. We made the decision to do exactly what we did at Fenway Park: preserve Anfield, protect it and expand it. We have invested several £100 million into the facility. We have created a new main stand, an Anfield Road stand that is coming online very soon. All people inside the venue, to bring people to the games earlier, and to enhance the experience that they have there. It is obviously a lot more difficult when you are managing the design and construction when you are 4,000 miles away. So we opened a commercial office in Liverpool and in London to manage the process. I think it has been received well. We are still small in the Premier League in terms of the size of the venue, and there is still a lot of frustrated demand for tickets and access, but we think that's okay given how special the venue is. And yeah, that's the thing, the demand. Liverpool for the biggest games, when Liverpool play big Champions League games, when Liverpool play Man United, Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool could easily sell 150, maybe even 200,000 tickets for the stadium. But of course that's not possible. There is no stadium which could hold that many people. But if Liverpool continue to develop Anfield in the right way, retaining the history and also retaining the incredible, brilliant atmosphere that the fans make at Anfield, if we could redevelop Anfield and expand it as much as possible, I think 75,000-80,000 seater stadium would be an absolute dream. I'm not sure if that's possible with the design and construction, because the Anfield has its limits, but I think Liverpool should expand the stadium as much as possible, because incoming revenue is everything right now in football, and if you can maximize that with match day revenue, then that's the only way Liverpool can compete with clubs that have also incredible revenues coming in. And the FSG chief said that we will see what is possible with regards to the stadium development. So the FSG wants to develop the stadium even further because it just makes sense. You get a return on the investment. You invest 80 million pounds on redeveloping Anfield, but those 7,000 seats throughout the years, that will generate more and more money, a lot more than 80 million pounds in total. And the FSG chief said that Fenway is zoned for entertainment, hospitality, retail and other types of activities. Anfield is a residential neighborhood, so we have to be mindful of that and respectful of that. You will probably see us focus more inside the stadium than outside in the future, because of course there is residential areas, houses that people actually live in around Anfield. You can't really build a fan park next to the stadium or other facilities, so you should focus on the inside of the stadium and make that as good as possible. When we go and look at the investments we are making in sports, he continued, whether it is Liverpool or more recently Pittsburgh, we are always looking at the real estate, and the first question that we ask ourselves is this a place where grandmothers or grandfathers pass away? Would you like to sprinkle their ashes at this venue? Is this venue that important in this community? If the answer is yes, then it becomes more of a no-brainer for us. We think we have that in Pittsburgh, and we definitely feel we have that in Anfield and in Boston at Fenway Park. Our job is to protect those experiences and those venues and enhance them with ancillary development in all three areas. So what do you think about FSG trying to develop and expand Anfield as much as possible? I'm really for this, and I like this idea that Anfield in the future could become a 65, maybe 70,000 seater stadium. That would be absolutely terrific, and I can't wait to see Anfield when it is finished, this Anfield Road stand part of the Anfield, and then 61,000 people will be able to attend the stadium, which is brilliant, going to be awesome. And Paul Merson also said that Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp is pulling his hair out with the inconsistency that Liverpool are showing this season, and the perfect example was beating Man City and then losing to bottom of the league Nottingham Forest. The game at the weekend is huge. Leeds United at Anfield, we must smash them, and convincingly, because then we go to we host Napoli at Anfield, but that's kind of a dead rubber because we are already through, and then we play Tottenham away from home, and that is a huge game in our season. Paul Merson said that Liverpool pulled off a brilliant performance against Man City, but Jurgen Klopp must be pulling his hair out because Liverpool have been very inconsistent. In recent years, they have been up and down this season. Liverpool have been very consistent under Jurgen Klopp in recent seasons, but this season they have been up and down. Fabinho has played a lot of matches. I do like him. I'm not sure what the problem is there. If Liverpool are to be a success, they need Fabinho at his best. A lot of what he does goes unnoticed. If you have watched Liverpool over the years, you will know that the midfield three made everything happen. But they are struggling without a settled midfield. Darwin Nunez has been a bit stop-start this season, but I think he will be a success. I think Darwin Nunez is now up and running and he's in form. My only worry is his link-up play, Paul Merson said. He didn't even see Mohamed Salah's run against Man City, and when you play for a team like Liverpool, you need to be able to pick those passes. What I do like about him is that he doesn't shy off. He missed the sitter the other day, but he still scored after that. It might take some time, but he will come good for Liverpool. Leeds are struggling, aren't they? I like Jesse Marsch and I think he works hard, but Leeds keep shooting themselves in the foot. I expect Liverpool to win this game comfortably. Let's hope Emerson is right, but without defense, you never know. Leeds United have some potent attackers. Sinisterra has been pretty decent. Rodrigo has scored quite a few goals already. And Patrick Bamford is already a threat. But if Liverpool want to achieve at least a top 4 finish, then we absolutely have to beat struggling teams like Leeds United. And Kevin Campbell, who also we have to mention, he is a former Everton player, so I'm not sure if he has Liverpool's best interest at heart. He said, I cannot see Firmino staying at Liverpool. This is if I am being totally honest. If the club were serious about keeping him, they would have already got him negotiated an extra couple of years. When you let a player of his profile get into the final 12 months of his contract, the writing is on the wall, in my opinion. If he scores 12 goals, I'm sure Liverpool will be moving heaven and earth to keep him. But right now, I think he will leave next summer. It will be a changing of the guard. I think we should keep Firmino. He already scored 8 goals this season. Yes, he's 31 years old, but he's not on huge wages. And I would give him another 2 years of a contract, because Firmino at his best is still a world-class player, a world-class striker, and you can't replace him like for like, because he's such a unique player. He invented this incredible high pressing, counter pressing striker role that wasn't really around in world football before Bobby Firmino. In the way that he interprets this false 9 position, Jurgen Klopp said himself that there will be books written about how Bobby Firmino played this false 9, this false number 9 position, with the counter pressing that he did and also the incredible vision and dribbling ability. And I'm a big fan of him, and if it doesn't cost too much, I think it makes sense to keep him, because yes, we have Jota, yes, we have Darwin Nunez. You can't really replace Bobby Firmino. They are not that kind of profile of a player. Yes, Darwin Nunez and Jota can press high up the pitch, but Bobby Firmino is so unique. He's such a unique footballer. It's very hard to describe with words, because you have to see it on the pitch. There is nobody like Bobby Firmino, I think, in world football who is playing exactly like him. So I would definitely give him a new contract, but let me know what would you do in the comments below. And of course, there are already journalists and pundits not happy that Jurgen Klopp didn't get a touchline ban. He gets a £30,000 fine, but no touchline ban after he screamed in the linesman's face after Mo Salah was absolutely robbed and didn't get a foul for a blatant foul. I mean, Bernardo Silva was pulling Salah down with both hands, with like a sumo or I don't know, WWE wrestling move, and yet the linesman and the referee didn't give a foul, and Jurgen Klopp was very furious. Maybe he went over the top, but he apologized for that, and I think this is why, because he was remorseful and apologetic afterwards, this is why he didn't get a touchline ban. But already, the Telegraph's James Ducker has admitted that he's mad that Jurgen Klopp didn't get a touchline ban. He said, I find it staggering that Jurgen Klopp escapes a touchline ban. What sort of message does that send? All the encouragement. The dickheads at grassroots level need to continue to behave like morons on a weekend. The sooner football adopts rugby's approach to abuse of officials, the better. I mean, that is very, very strong language. And I don't know why he doesn't like the fact that Jurgen Klopp doesn't get a ban. When he apologized straight after the game, he said that I went over the top. I shouldn't have done that. It was the wrong thing to do. You always need to have context around this. And I probably, the Premier League and the FA have heard Jurgen Klopp make a plea, and he probably apologized there as well. So I don't see why there should be a big uproar about this, that Jurgen Klopp doesn't get a touchline ban. I mean, he didn't push any officials, he didn't punch the referee or anything like that. He just screamed and shouted, and probably not too many like offensive words. Like, he was just screaming, "It's a foul," and that's it. So, and also Darwin Nunez has revealed that Suarez contacted him to offer him advice. Nunez said, "It was a good thing because not many would bother themselves to pick up the phone and send you a message. I think his gesture was really important for me. Luis Suarez is a reference point, an idol everywhere in the world. I'm getting started, I'm young, and he knows about all those things because he already played in the Premier League for Liverpool. Luis told me that these things will happen in every game, that they will come and find me and that they are going to bump into me and that I need to keep myself strong and not repeat my screw up of getting sent off." He said, "Listen to an idiot like me. I really appreciate that message and the fondness that Suarez has for me." And that's brilliant. And also Andy Robertson said that comparing Darwin Nunez to Erling Haaland is not fair on Darwin Nunez or anyone. The only reason they are getting compared is because they played the same position and they moved in the same window for a lot of money. Really, it's not fair on anyone. If it was the other way around, it wouldn't be fair on Haaland either. It's two incredible players, and we are delighted to have Darwin Nunez here. He's still young, which everyone forgets, and in front of goal he has been really clinical in terms of he has maybe not played as many minutes with the free game ban and a couple of injuries, and he's still adapting, but he's getting there. And on Wednesday you could really see what his threats are. I think he caused Ajax a lot of problems and they were always worried about him, and he got his goal that he definitely deserved. So let's see how Darwin Nunez does against Leeds United. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.